the cheating redemption. My ex cheated on me, but they've been going to therapy and working on themselves. They swear they'll never do it again. Should I believe them? My ex cheated on me. But now they're going to therapy and working on themselves. They swear they'll never do it again. Should I believe them? Y'all, I have this goes into a line of thinking. Here's my thought process with cheating. I believe in forgiving mistakes. I do. I believe in forgiving mistakes. I think everybody is bound to make a mistake in a relationship. So depending on what happened in that cheating situation, depending on what looked like, whether it was like, oh, a mistake, like a genuine mistake, one time, one off, I probably forgive it. Because we all make mistakes. If it's a pattern of behavior, patterns have to be broken. And it takes time to break a pattern. It takes time. I also have said, and I said this on the gram earlier today, was that I think that some people go into some relationships and they have a little bit of delusion. We have this Disneyland fantasy about what that looks like. And when you're in certain relationships or with certain people, or you looking to be with certain people, there is more temptation in those relationships. And therefore, there is more opportunity for them to make mistakes and make more of them because of the nature of the work that they're in, because of the access that they have. It makes it harder for you to be faithful in certain relationships. It just is what it is. We can't, it is what it is. So for me, if it's a mistake, something happened, and that person is apologizing, that person is going to therapy, that person is doing what they need to do to rectify the situation, I'm more apt to give them another shot. We're all gonna make a mistake in a relationship. We're all gonna make a mistake in a relationship. And so I would forgive. If it's a mistake, I would forgive. And again, it also depends on the type of relationship you're in, right? Because I know men are not really the ones who gonna forgive cheating. I understand that. Women are more likely to forgive cheating. So the women that are watching me is that if you're choosing certain types of men, that is what comes into it. If you date certain types of men, that's what comes into it. That's a reality. If a man is in areas where there's women that are there or throwing themselves at these men, you have to anticipate and be more aware that if a man's being thrown a Chick-fil-A biscuit everywhere he go, and he done been thrown Chick-fil-A biscuits 100 times in a 24-hour period, and he loves Chick-fil-A biscuits, on some level, he might be like, you know what? I only slept with one biscuit. I only ate one biscuit. Out of 100, I only ate one biscuit. Out of 3,000, I ate one biscuit. It just is what it is, depending on the type of men that you're deciding to get in relationships with. So again, that is part of the nature of the beast. John Wayne says not all, but some are just dogs. I agree, John. Some men are just out here. Some men are just out here. So for me personally, I think, you have to, there's just some men just there's just more temptation, more opportunities for them to fall into temptation. Does that make it right if they do cheat? No. However, we have to just be aware of the reality of the situation. And I'll go into that differently in a different live. I don't want to do that tonight because that's not the point of this particular live. But I do think that sometimes women, specifically the women that they go into I want this man. I want a man that plays in the NBA or in the NFL. I want a man that is on stage. I want a man that does these things that are in these types of environments where women are literally throwing themselves at these men. And it's like, oh my gosh, but I want him to act like the guy that works a 9-to-5 job and isn't having to deal with all this temptation. That's not reality. The relationships are going to look different. There's a tax you pay no matter what relationship that you're in. You know, no matter what relationship, no matter who you choose, there's always going to be a tax that's paid. And so you can't live in Prince Charming world and he's going to ride you off into the sunset. I mean, you guys might have seen this viral video that just went out of this young lady who became a trophy wife of some sort. And the man was like, come to find out, was, what are you doing? What are you doing? The man was touching her kids. Or allegedly, we don't know if it's true, you know, there's not proof of that. But the story is that she married a man. He was this perfect presenting man that was just trophy, you know, he was a provider, he's a Christian man. Stop. All these different things, and he ended up touching both of the girls in that relationship. Is gone viral. I saw it the first day, posted it in my Discord. Y'all can check me, Pam, tell them. I posted it in the Discord when it came out, and now it's absolutely viral. Everybody's talking about it. On YouTube, it's called I Married a Monster. That's the name of the video. I Married a Monster. It's probably at 2 million at this point. But a woman just openly shares about getting into this relationship with somebody, and unfortunately it ended up not good. It ended up not good. So again, family, we have to be mindful and understand, the trophy wife situation. Yeah, exactly. But again, family, we put certain men on a pedestal, and there's a tax we pay. There's a tax you pay, right? There is a tax you pay. And so I make this clear because a lot of people live in this, oh my gosh, once I get with this Prince Charming like person, all my problems go away. Everything that I'm dealing with goes away. It's not that's not true. Everybody's got something. And so so-called dimes, I don't call dimes, we're talking about people that are good, very good looking, not 8, 9s, and 10s. I don't think every 8, 9, and 10 throw themselves at ballers. I don't believe that. I believe that they probably get approached by ballers. And some of them do throw themselves at ballers, okay? But my point is that if you want a baller and you understand that the nature of the beast is that women are going to throw themselves at these men, then we have to not live in delusion to where it's like, oh, he's not going to ever make a mistake. He's just going to be so faithful to me. There's women literally waiting in the lobby for your man. Married, not married, they're waiting in the lobby. And they just want 15 minutes. Okay? We can't live in delusion and think otherwise. I don't care how bad you are. Temptation is temptation. Doesn't necessarily mean he's trying to replace you. It's temptation. So we have to understand there is a price you pay. It's not an easy walk. It's not an easy journey. And we can't put things on this pedestal and not think about everything that comes with it, because not everybody's meant to walk that walk. Not everybody's built to be in those types of relationships. And I hate how society, Sparkle, come here. I hate how society really glorifies these things and isn't really being honest about how challenging it is. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.